Ricky Porter, who was campaigning as a welterweight, if I remember right, when I first came into boxing back in the early 70s. In fact, I wonder, does my memory play tricks on me, or did I once see Ricky Porter fight John Stracey? No doubt someone will tell me if I'm wrong. Well, there's Peter's record. Not bad at all. And we await the arrival of the Phantom, as he's self-styled now, with the firm leading him in. Jimmy Tibbs, Dean Powell. See Peter DeFreitas there too. He's helping to look after Nigel Fenn's interest now. Into the ring gets Daren Dyer. We saw the word haste.
Ladies and gentlemen, we now come to the main attraction of the evening, promoted by Matchroom and sponsored by boxing's top newspapers, the Daily and Sunday Sport. And this is an international welterweight contest over 10 rounds, each of 3 minutes duration. Your referee for the contest is Dave Parrish of London. Your timekeeper, Bob Edgeworth of Crawley. Your British Boxing Border Control steward in charge is Danny Clark, and your matchmaker, Frank Turner. Presenting and introducing to you in the red corner with the blue shorts from South Africa, Chris Peters. And his opponent in the blue corner with the black and white shorts from Hackney, Daren Dyer. At the weigh-in today, both boxers scale 10 stone 9 pounds. Ladies and gentlemen, I thank you.
So both boys 10 stone 9, 2 pounds over the championship limit of 10.7. The referee for this contest is Dave Parrish. I'm looking forward to this one, Barry.
Sure am. First time I've seen Dyer in the flesh. Just in case we don't get a chance. In Chris Peters' corner, we've got Wayne Green, ex-services champion and 88 champion, now a pro in Belgium. The way this guy Dyer punches, I might get a chance to mention him, and he's a good old lad. He's a pro now in Belgium, so. Dyer looks short for a welterweight, but very solidly built. And you know, he picks up a couple of punches along the way, so he's not afraid to take a few to land his own. And he really bangs. Ooh, good uppercut. He really is loading. He's digging his heels in there. And every one of those punches are meant to hit the jackpot. Lots of power. Oh, good right hand again. But he's rarely on his toes, Daren Dyer. That's the first thing you notice about him. He's a flat-footed fighter, which means that he can be nailed, but he can really bang. Yeah, loading up from the very off.
Well, he's fighting with such enormous confidence now, and going the 10 rounds, or 9.5 rounds as it was against Del Bryan last time out, must have been such a psychological boost to him to show that he could go very nearly the full 10-round trip. Didn't have any stamina problems, was hurt but came back. That was a good win for him in every sense.
He's a really exciting guy to watch. He puts bums on seats, this guy. Oh, look at that uppercut to the body. That was lovely. Really mixing his punches in well. Exciting guy to watch, no doubt about that. Dynamic puncher, isn't he?
Sure is.
Oh yes, those little short punches are perfect. He's accurate with them too. Knows how to fight on the inside. Oh. Peters is not running away from him. He's not using his jab.
Good uppercut with the right.
This isn't going to last long. He keeps taking shots like that. See that body shot again.
Last 30.
Yeah, it's better from Peters. Starting to throw punches. The one way to keep a puncher off is to keep hitting him.
Good opening round.
Oh, he's a promoter's dream, this guy. Dyer is a promoter's dream.
I was wrong about him having haste written on his robe and on his trunks. It's not haste, it's chaste, which is open to all sorts of interesting interpretations.
Absolutely. Well, the corner girl here that's running around, I wouldn't mind being chased by her.
We shall draw a veil over this and look at Ricky Porter treating Chris Peters and some of the action from that
Some
opening.
beautiful shots. There's countless amount of punches to be shown in replay. There's one perfect right uppercut. The way he works on the inside is really lovely to watch. Yeah, beautiful right uppercut and super work on the inside.
Well, it'll be quite something if they can keep up the pace for this for 10 rounds. Second round, Dyer in the black and the white trunks. Peters in the blue. He's known as being durable, Peters, and he's going to have to be just that.
He sure has. He's going to have to be really tough. He's not moving away. He's come looking for Dyer. He wants to mix it up with him. And he's keeping his hands up quite well. Well, he just can't stop all these punches coming at him. The way to beat Dyer to back him up. I mean, if you're going to go at him and push him back, put him off balance and keep him off balance, but the more advisable way to fight him is to keep on the move and outbox him, frustrate him, give him a moving target. I don't think Chris Peters can fight that way. In fact, I'm fairly sure that he can't. He caught as he went back there. Dyer left his chin up in the air. Shots very well there. Listen, he really punches hard. He's hurt Peters with that last right hand. He's grabbing on Peters, letting his head clear. He's going to get lots more of those. Dyer really is in form tonight. Really is committing suicide. Peters coming at Dyer like that. He's not a puncher, and he's just walking straight in there and mixing it up with a very damaging puncher. He's come through this round. Picked up a lot of stick along the way, but he's come through it okay.
Well, I don't think they'll be able to keep up this intensity. We're back with Daren Dyer. And if there's been one doubt about him in his career, so I guess you could say there have been doubts about his chin of his 3 defeats. 2 have come inside the distance against...
Yeah, when he goes back, he loses. Dyer again just pouring all over Peters. The uppercut that we just didn't get the right side of the beautiful shot. He's an exciting fighter.
10 seconds.
He isn't trying to get nailed when he comes back because his hands drop and his chin.
Third round of this main event on Pro Box. Daren Dyer, Chris Peters.
Peters has taken a lot of stick here, and he's just looked shaky, and one particular right hand hurt him, really shook him to his boots, but he's game as a badger. Keep his hands tucked up nice and tight on his chin. I'm seeing that when Dyer goes back, his hands drop when he goes back. He doesn't have any great movement in his legs. He just walks in a straight line backwards. If you're going to come forward and go at him, the way to push him back is to just give him lots of movement when you have him retreating, and then throw your shots on the way in. Got to throw them.
And
Peters doing a good job.
Lovely jabs, 6 of them unanswered.
Stopped a good right uppercut, right hand.
Yes, a bit around this, Peters.
See the way Dyer's moving his upper body on the inside, bobbing and weaving, keeping his head up and down. But when he actually stops punching, his hands are dangerously low at times.
Well, like I was saying in the inter-round interval, there have been 1 or 2 questions about his chin. And, well, Del Bryan tested the chin last time out.
I don't
think Peters got the power.
Took a really damaging right hand around the side of the lug. And Dyer's really starting to tee off on him now.
Last 10.
Peters is going to make it through this round too, but he was badly hurt.
3 rounds completed and 3 rounds comprehensively won, not by Chris Peters, but by his opponent on the other side of the ring, Daren Dyer from Hackney, right here. Messrs Tibbs and Powell and DeFreitas smirking. There's a well-drilled unit, as they should be, in the corner.
Particularly good right hand landed here. I wonder, is this it? That's the one, right on the back of the ear. And Peters' legs look really shaky there. But he went back to the corner and looked fairly alert.
Incidentally, in case you're wondering why, as billed, Herbie Hyde's not fighting tonight, if you watched the Craig Peterson fight in Antwerp, you know that Herbie picked up a cut in that fight. But I can tell you that Herbie will be back in action when Nigel Benn fights Nicky Peters at the Ali Pali later in the year. We will be there for that one, of course.
Nicky Piper is and Nigel Benn is really one that I'm looking forward to. Tell you what, Dave, Chris Peters has absorbed a lot of good shots here. It's a really game guy. He's tough as old boots.
Well, so far, all the pre-fight predictions are coming to pass. They said that Dyer would pour it on. They said that Peters would take as near as damn it everything that Dyer threw at him. A lot of the pundits pre-fight were saying this might go to points, but I still have my doubts. There's an intensity about Dyer now that perhaps wasn't so apparent early in his career. A new self-belief now comes from 5 straight wins against good class opponents. It'll not be said he's fought pushovers since joining Matchroom.
He's really going looking for Peters here. Oh, his power of those punches. He really digs his heels in when he bangs those shots in. Oh, good left hook right up. He left uppercut right hand straight down the pipe there. Good shot again. Countless quality punches going through here, and Peters has taken them.
Surprising, there have been no knockdowns. Peters is taking a lot of punishment. Dave Parris keeping a close eye on him.
Yeah, landed a good right, double left jab, good right hand.
Oh, that was a good shot.
Yeah. Dyer, when he's on the outside, keeps his hands down dangerously low.
Yeah, that caught Dyer completely by surprise. Right.
He's been looking for those spots. You actually read him just coming in there looking for the spaces. It's a really good fight, exciting fight. Dyer again applying the pressure continually to it around. Look at that right uppercut to the body. He just dropped the elbow, smacked that punch. And Peters landed one particularly good right hand. And look at that for a shot. He walked forward. He really shook Dyer's head with that, the way he shuttled his head right. Good right hand.
Well, like I said, there used to be one or two queries about the Dyer chin. Maybe not so much anymore. It's difficult to believe when you remember he's been a pro for just 10 days short of 6 years. He's still only 26 years of age. He should be right at his peak, just coming into the prime of his professional career now.
You see, I mean, you can't have every type of style, and you know there isn't the most complete fighter. There's nobody who can do it all. You're either a boxer or a fighter or a box fighter, but there's always some fault. And Dyer's is that he bangs really, really solid, but he does hang his chin out, and he is inclined to be caught, especially on the outside. Just at the bell, he caught another right hand, and Peters is not a great puncher, but he takes a great shot, Peters. Very durable guy. Good right hand again. And he's really good on the inside there. He punches nice and light, and he picks really quality shots, hooks, uppercuts, the whole lot.
I guess insofar as he's allowed to, Peters is fighting just about the right sort of fight. He's trying to keep on top of Dyer, not giving him too much room to move and work. Oh my goodness, he's taking a bit of a hammering.
Yeah, it's suicidal tactics, but in his case, that's the only way that he can fight him. And he's doing a damn good job staying in there, and he's coming back and looking exciting himself.
Dyer turned him really well on the ropes. Effortless. Remember, we say Peters is not a big puncher, but he did have Del Bryan down twice in their meeting just a couple of months ago in Stoke-on-Trent, and the points win that Del Bryan received was not well received by the crowd.
Yeah, Dyer's starting to get a bit tired, and he has really expended a lot of energy here. He's trying to get this guy out of there. Peters has proved really tough, taking a lot of stick, and he's coming back himself now, putting pressure on Dyer. But he's still absorbing a lot of punches, having to. And right hand again. Wow.
Good round.
Smashing round.
Good round. Good round.
Referee Dave Paris giving him a bit of a ticking off there.
I think you could make a case for giving Chris Peters a slice of that round.
Absolutely, yeah. Good round.
And of course it will be interesting if it turns out that Dyer has pinned everything on a quick finish and is found lacking in the stamina department.
Peters coming, pushing back, pushing Dyer's back. Dyer tried everything, and this is just where the referee gave him a nice little gentle tap and told him when the bell rings, stop punching.
There's Wayne Green with the Bo Derek hairstyle. Ricky Porter, who would like to have a Bo Derek hairstyle.
Dyer's looking a bit tired at the end of the round here. You need lots of wind with this guy. I'm sure he didn't count on Peters being there after 4 or 5 rounds. But
you bet.
He's a toughie, I'll tell you.
This is round 6 of the main event at the Goresbrook Leisure Centre. You're watching it on Pro Box, live and exclusive on Screen Sport.
This kid takes a shot there. Does he work?
And I tell you, he's starting to get through now and hurt Dyer.
Yeah.
Dyer in a little bit of trouble.
Yeah. Well, Dyer getting the hands up, and rightly so. He shouldn't have those hands down around his waist when he's going back.
Nothing
like
more dangerous than a cornered tiger. But I tell you, Dyer was hurt then. Now, is the old failing, I wonder, coming to the surface? Got to get those hands up, Dyer. This is a fight to the finish, this one. This is turning into a war of attrition, and I think Peters is starting to get a little bit stronger.
Yeah, he's having a bit more success, and that's spurring him on, but Dyer's thrown a lot of punches in the earlier rounds. He's just got to tuck up and try and use his boxing ability a bit more rather than trying to load up every time and trying to knock the guy out with every single punch. He's getting his hands up. That's a sensible thing. Just keeping his hands up, letting Peter come in and leave himself open, and him with the counters. Peter's pouring it on.
Yeah, good round for the South African. His best round of the contest so far.
I think it's only a temporary reprieve for Peters, because Dyer's just taking a little rest, getting his hands up, tucking up nice and tight, and letting Peters come in. There's no doubt that he's tired. Dyers is tired, but this has been a very physical fight. He's throwing a lot of punches.
So there we go.
He's had his head shaken back a few times. Peters coming on again near the end of the round.
South Africans round this one.
Most definitely.
Best round of the contest for Chris Peters. We'll take another break. Join us for more of this cracking main event in just a moment.
Thrills of the brilliance of basketball.
Tired men watching the main event. Daren Dyer, Chris Peters on Screen Sports Pro Box, live and exclusive from Dagenham, and we are just about to go into round 7. Daren Dyer in the black, Chris Peters in the blue. Peters had a good round last round.
Yeah, and he will be inspired by that. He looked the fresher of the two in the corner. The problem with Dyer is he put too much emphasis in the earlier rounds and tried to get Peters out of there, and he's expended a lot of energy. He's just got to keep his hands up tight now, throw more quantity and less quality punches, just box a bit more. And as we know, Dave, that is his shortcoming. He's not a great boxer. He finds it difficult when a guy crowds him to not get into a real war. And this Peters looks like he's going to go the distance here. He's a really durable fella. He's taking some cracking punches right on the button. He's still there. Dyer does look shaky when he's pushed back like that, doesn't he?
Yeah, he certainly does, Barry. And my goodness, how things have changed, because Peters is looking strong and confident, and Dyer's looking anything but at the moment. Midway through round 7, this is a scheduled 10-rounder, remember. And I don't think Dyer is going to take Peters out with one shot. It's too strong.
Just got to pick his shots a bit more now. Peters, on the other hand, this is his chance to keep pushing Dyer back. When he pushes him back and pick his shots, then unload with 2 or 3 or 4 and get his hands back up and wait for Dyer to come bombing at him.
Well, I'll tell you, Daren Dyer won our fight of the year last season. He's already earning himself a nomination together with Chris Peters for our fight of 92-93.
It's been a hard fight. Lovely clean punches landed, taken by both of these fighters, and the pace has been really fast for 2 welterweights. Incredible. Another fairly even round.
Yes. You can see the various lumps and bumps coming up on Chris Peters. He's got a little graze on the right cheek. The Vaseline getting smeared on the left eyebrow. And I tell you this, I reckon Dyer is the tireder of the two.
Yeah, he is the tired of the two. He's thrown more punches, but
My mate's not came over yet. My mate. Second out, round 8.
Round 8. Scheduled 10 rounder. I had Dyer far enough in front from his early domination. He could just jab and move and cruise to a points win, but that's not his style.
no, he can't do that. It's easy to force him into a fight. And when he's tired, he can be caught and nailed. And if he is vulnerable around the chin, then he'll be exposed. But he's boxing sensibly now. He's keeping his upper body moving. Hands are still low, but he's still keeping his head bobbing and weaving. And seems to have got a second win now. He's forcing Peters back again.
It's worth bearing in mind that Dyer has only once gone to a points win. That was, ironically, the first fight we had him on Pro Box against Trevor Ambrose, that 6th rounder. Of his other wins, all of them by the short route, every single one.
Piling the pressure on Peters here again. Peters coming back, landing a couple of good shots there himself. The problem is when he commits himself like that, when he gets tired, he's wide open then to get caught by Peters. But keeping his head moving, bobbing and weaving, it's good work. Tucking it on either side, down to the left, down to the right.
There's such a good variety of punches as Dyer.
Oh, this is a really good attack. Peters is still, let's not forget he's taken an awful lot of punches, so, we're all human, we're not robots we can wear out. But again, Peters coming back.
This is great stuff. This really is a hell of a good fight.
Good stuff. This is a real good, clean contest.
You will not see many better fights than this. You've got two perfectly matched professional boxers here.
Yeah, Dyer again, when he's been forced back, has been caught. And they're both very tired. They must have thrown 1,000 punches each. It's Dyer's round, in my opinion. Got his second win in that round and started forcing Peters back. But at the end of the round again, he looked, when he blew out again, Peters was forcing him back, hitting him with cleaner punches. Peters has got a slight nick on the left-hand side of his nose. Nothing much. There's a bit of blood there anyway. Dyer forced him back and landed some great shots. Right hand. Look at that uppercut. Peters just got his glove there in time, but he takes a quality punch, this Peters. But he always willing to fight back himself.
Corner, 10 seconds.
2 rounds left. If it is going to go the distance, anybody's guess. I wouldn't like to make a prediction. This is round 9. Scheduled for 10, remember. don't write Chris Peters off yet. He can still take this. But maybe, just maybe, Dyer reasserting himself. The more precise work coming from Dyer in this round so far.
What a strong guy he is. Really powerful. But he does look vulnerable when he's forced back. Gets his head up in the air.
Daren looks a little bit wobbly again. Good. Peters just defies description just when you think he's about to go. My goodness, he comes back and takes the fight to Dyer and hurts him and has him in trouble. Jimmy Tibbs looking a little worried.
Oh, good shots from Dyer again. But Peters is such a durable, strong guy. He takes a punch and a half. Dyer gulping in big breaths of air and lifting his chin up in the air. Not getting his hands up. Fatigue is getting to his shoulders more than anything else. He would do better now to just tuck up and box for the remainder of the fight. Peters forcing him to fight. Oh, nasty
Oh,
cut.
the cut left. Oh, this
Nasty
is
cut.
tragic. That is tragic for poor Chris Peters.
Referee's having a look at it. He's going to let him have another go.
Well,
He's not happy about it. A lot of blood coming out of there. Oh, yeah.
Oh, that is awful luck. Oh, that's an evil cut. Dave Parris surely can't let it go on. He hasn't. He hasn't. That is an awful, awful shame. But there is no way, in complete fairness to Dave Parris, he had absolutely no alternative.
It was a dreadful cut.
And again, I think, with the greatest respect to Chris Peters, I think Dyer was en route for a points win. A narrow one maybe, but a win nevertheless.
In 2 minutes 9 seconds of the round of 9, the referee has started the contest.
Well, unfortunate ending to a fabulous fight, but I still had Dyer ahead, Dave.
Yes,
had
so
him
did I.
comfortably ahead.
So did I.
Your appreciation, please.
Well, I don't know about comfortably. I had him a couple of rounds in front.
Yeah, but tiring, but it's still comfortably ahead.
Yeah, excuse me.
Well, let's hear what Dyer has to say.
It's been a long time since I've been going for this. Right now, to tell the truth, I think the British Boxing Board of Control, I deserve a British title. Every time, I'm always having an eliminator and I'm always going 10 rounds. Right now, I want Gary Jacobs. All right, thanks a lot.
The message is clear. He wants
Gentlemen,
Gary
this has been a
Jacobs.
tremendous contest.
Thank you. I have my doubts as to whether Gary Jacobs might want Daren Dyer.